If you'd like to support this channel, drink tea, follow my link, and join me over at pathofcha.com.
Hi, I'm Sifu Kuttel, and in this video we are going to be using a pool noodle to develop and train our Tai Chi. Now, if you've seen a few of my training videos, you will know that I have quite a few using a pool noodle. And the reason behind this is not only is it convenient to have around, it's easily accessible to get. You can order them online, you can pick them up at your local store. You really have easy access to these, and they serve in many different functions to help you in your training. So I try to show as many exercises as possible so you can have some variation and even develop more and come up with more exercises to work on and develop your Tai Chi. Now, this one we're going to use today to help us develop awareness of the backhand. Usually when it comes to doing our Tai Chi techniques, we're paying attention to the main hand that's doing the press or the ward off or the rollback. We're looking at mostly just the front hand. And we're not really paying attention to what the backhand is doing. So this is going to help us develop awareness and intention in the hand. The things that we usually don't pay attention to until after we finish a posture, we might look back at our other hand and make corrections. This is something where we're going to try to work by shifting forward and backward in our stance and develop an awareness of what this hand is doing while we're focusing on the other parts of the technique. It'll make more sense as we do this, so grab your pool noodle, go to a wall, and let's get started. Now, before we get into the drill itself, I want to show you a little bit more close up of two things you really have to pay attention to here, and that is the pressure that you're going to have with your hand on the noodle against the wall. So the pressure that I have is very light. It's as light as possible while still keeping it on the wall. And I want to avoid two things. I don't want the noodle to start to bow. This is going to be more of an exaggeration, but really you can tell when it starts getting some compression, that's going to be too much. You want this to be relaxed and in a nice straight line. And then of course the other thing is you don't want to be dropping it. So really pay attention to the amount of pressure you have here. It should be as light as possible as we do these. So now let's focus on our stance and our awareness of our backhand. So let's start first with our stance. I don't want to be stepping right up to the wall. I want to have some space away from it, a good footstep away, and I'm going to place the pool noodle up at about shoulder level. With my backhand palm, I'm going to be touching it, and then we're going to focus on two positions in particular. Shifting all the way back, so my back leg is full, and shifting all the way forward. If you feel that you can't shift back far enough because you're fully extended, move up a little bit more, okay? But the main thing is we want to make sure that we have a comfortable distance away from the wall in both positions. So we'll start just simply moving back and forward, back and forward, and really pay attention. No flex on this. You don't want to see it compress, and you don't want to see it drop. Now also try to avoid doing any kind of up and down, left and right with it. You want to just keep it in a nice same spot. And we're just going to do 8 to 10 of these, shifting forward, shifting back. Now this is to get awareness for the body, but really, we're hyper-focusing on this hand right now. So I want you to as well take your other hand and place it down just off of the thigh, similar to like when we do like a brush knee twist step technique. So as we shift forward and back, both hands are active. You want to have this hand nice and webbed out, nice position. You want to feel where both hands are for now. Okay, now, nice and easy. Let's add another dynamic to this. We'll work with our complete retreat step and then advancing step. For this one, I want you to move in a little bit closer to the wall. You should feel, it's going to feel a little strange because our hand will be all the way back at our shoulder, but this is no different than a preparatory position for repulse monkey or brush knee. So we'll start even closer, and then we'll take a step back, turn the hip, pivot out, step forward, step back, turn the hip, pivot out, step forward. Really just use this to pay attention to your stance and that hand. Again, we'll keep some tension in this hand. We'll have some a little bit of intention. I don't want to call it just tension, but we'll step all the way back like a repulse monkey position. Step forward like a brush knee. Empty stance, pivot, bow stance. Shifting back, empty stance, pivot, bow stance. And again, we're going to do 8 to 10 of these. Really getting used to that body, moving forward, back, and the dynamics, being aware of our entire body as we're doing this. Now let's add another element to it. So not only are we going to really pay attention to what our front hand is doing, or our back hand is doing as we're maintaining that pressure, but we're going to alternate our hand position using this as kind of the center line to develop our other hand for technique. So a little more multitasking. And as we do this, I want you to think of keeping, this is the center line, and we're going to touch the back of our hand and then the palm of our hand. And we're going to alternate as we shift forward and back. Now, we're not going to do the complete withdraw to step up to do this. You can use that as the very next step, but I want you to be aware of everything and not jump in so far that you're not paying attention to the core principle here, and that's the amount of pressure and intention from our back hand. Okay, so we're going to start again at the position where we just shift forward and back, and each time now, I'm going to shift forward and I'm going to touch the back of my hand on one side, shift back, shift forward, and touch the palm of my hand on the other. So this is very similar to almost if we were doing a parting the wild horse's mane or our ward off position out of grass bird's tail. And then our second position is going to be just like when we do Fair Lady Works the Shuttle. Okay, so again, shifting back, touch, brief pause, shift back, touch, brief pause. Use each brief pause to check in on your body. The elbow should be down. It should not be sticking out to the side. You should think of having some space in the armpit. You should use this to check in on your stance, check the pressure, check all of the basics. Make sure the back is nice and straight. You have the tailbone slightly tucked, and you have good posture overall. Again, back of the hand, palm of the hand. Back of the hand, palm of the hand. Again, we can use this to expand into the full retreat. So we have almost our repulse monkey position, and then we'll step forward, touch, return back, step forward, touch, return back. But at this point, you need to be confident in all other elements as you're stepping forward and back. As you're stepping forward and back, you need to make sure all those other elements are in place. And you're not trying to focus on a million things at once. It should be narrowing down. Now, as an added bonus, you can practice your single whip technique, but it's a sideways position. So now I will have my same side hand holding the pool noodle against the wall, but my bow stance will be in this direction, and I can focus on moving back and forward here, keeping energy and pressure with that palm. Not too much. Now, of course, this isn't the hook hand position, and I wouldn't go as far as to just, touch the hook itself. Then you start losing the essence of the technique or the essence of the exercise itself. So just keep your palm there, and then you can focus on the details of your single whip position and really look at each little element of it. Okay, so there you have it. Now you can see with this drill, it's more than just a single way of doing it. We started from just shifting forward and back in our stance to a complete step back, step forward, and then we even added something for our front hand to do. So it goes up step by step by step. It escalates to more and more training. And you can take it further from there. Just like how I showed how we can use it to do the single whip position, you can look at different positions in your Tai Chi training and see how they would benefit from this style of training. Now, this is not something I suggest you have to do all the time. You can do this a couple of times and develop the awareness necessary to continue that into your forms, which is going to be the best way to practice, is just developing full body awareness while you're training that way, and the most convenient way. But it is something nice to break out every so often and really place the focus on what the other hand is doing. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next.